This story comes from a real-life account posted online, and it's one of those that just sticks with you. A young woman, let's call her Sarah, was living alone in a small apartment. For weeks, she'd been noticing little things were off. The TV volume would be slightly different than how she left it. A book she was reading would be a few pages ahead. At first, she blamed her own forgetfulness. But then, things got stranger. She started finding long, dark hairs in her shower drain. Her hair was blonde. She'd come home from work to find her toothbrush damp, even though she hadn't used it since the morning. The feeling of being watched became constant, a heavy presence in the supposedly empty rooms. She thought she was going crazy, that the stress of her new job was getting to her. One night, she was jolted awake by a faint sound. It was a quiet, rhythmic creaking coming from her closet. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She lay there, frozen in terror, listening as the sound continued for what felt like an eternity before finally stopping. She didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next day, she called a friend who convinced her to set up a hidden camera in her bedroom. Sarah agreed, desperate for answers, even if they were terrifying. She set up the camera, pointed it at her bed and the closet, and went to stay at her friend's house for the night. The next morning, with trembling hands, she reviewed the footage. The first few hours showed nothing but an empty, still room. But then, around 3 a.m., the closet door slowly, silently creaked open. A figure emerged. It was a man, thin and gaunt, dressed in dark, ragged clothes. He moved with a disturbing, slow confidence. He walked over to her bed, leaned down, and just watched the empty space where she would have been sleeping. Then he went into her bathroom, used her things, and calmly returned to the closet, pulling the door shut behind him. The police were called. They found that the man had been accessing her apartment through a small, hidden crawl space in the back of her closet that connected to a maintenance area for the building. He had been living there for months. This story is terrifying because it's true. It makes you wonder about all the little unexplained things in your own home. The sound you can't place, the object that's not quite where you left it. How can you ever be sure you're truly alone? What do you think is the most terrifying part of this story? Let me know in the comments. If this story gave you chills, make sure to hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves a good scare, and subscribe for more true horror stories. Thanks for watching, and try to sleep well tonight.